we are working lesson 15, bubble 6, lesson or practice A. Our goal here is to get all of the fish to move, but specifically, we only want them moving to the left when we press the left arrow key. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get my blue fish and my green fish to even move. So I'm going to go ahead and hit reset, and I'm going to make that happen. So I know my orange fish is moving, so I'm gonna recreate this code for blue fish and for green fish. To do that, I'm gonna go into my variable menu. I know I need 1 for the blue fish. I know I need 1 for the green fish. It looks like it's using the minus math operator. So I'm going to need a minus math operator for the blue fish and a minus math operator for the green fish. And now I just simply need to add in my code. So my X, my variable that I'm going to call up is going to be blue fish, capital F. And it looks like they have .x because, again, if I want them moving to the left, I want it going in the negative direction. So that's why we're using minus. And then X, of course, is left, right. Y would be up, down. And I'm just recreating the code that I see above, but I'm doing it for blue fish. So blue fish, oops, again, capitalized fish, .x. And I'm going to make him move at a slightly different speed. So I'll make him go -3. And now I want to make my green fish .x. And then I have green, capital S fish. And then I'll make him the slow guy. So we'll go .x. And then I'll make him -1. All right, so I want to see if this actually even works. Did I get my fish to work? Run. Okay, cool. Awesome. So everybody seems to be moving. That's great. But now the problem is, again, that was just one part of the problem. I need to make sure that they're moving only when I press the left arrow key. Okay. So that means I need to create a conditional statement. Because right now, when I hit the run program, they're just moving. And that's okay, but that's not what the directions are asking me to do. So I need to create a conditional. All right. So I am going to go into control and an if statement. All right. So I only want them moving if there is a condition that is true. And the condition that I want to be true under world is if the key down is the left arrow. So I'm going to pick left. So what I have done here is I've told the computer, yes, I want all of these guys moving, but only if the key pressed is the left arrow. So now if I reset and run this, they all appear, but they're not moving. Well, here's the cool thing. If I press my left arrow, then they start to, and if I don't press the left arrow, they stop. Left arrow, they move. Take my finger off, they stop. Left arrow, left arrow, left arrow. So now I have motion only if I am pressing down the left key or the left arrow key. And again, that is a conditional statement. It only happens if certain conditions are true. And in this case, the condition that has to be true is the left arrow being pressed. Okay, debug the turtle movement. All right, cool. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Turtle. All right, so what I expect to happen, the turtle should move to the left. The turtle program breaks every time I try to move it to the left. Everything stops working, press the arrow key, and pretty much we basically want it to work. Okay, so let's see what happens. Get rid of the instructions, and I'm going to run it. Okay, cool. There's my arrow. Now I can see that there's something there for up. All right, the up seems to work. There's something there for down. Down seems to be working fine. If I go to the right, it works fine. But notice if I push the left arrow, that's great. Nothing's happening. But now none of my other arrows work either. So pretty much pressing the left arrow managed to break my program, and I'm not sure why. What I need to do is look at my code. Now I'm going to reset and run this, specifically because I know up worked, I know down worked, and I know right worked. So I want to look at my up, down, and right and see how is it different from my left key, because that is going to be the key to fixing this. So up and down, I have turtle y minus, turtle y plus. Okay, so that makes sense. I'm going up, that works. I'm going down, that works. Okay, cool. Then I have to go right, turtle X. But again, if I go left, everything breaks. Nothing works now. Well, if I'm looking at my code, what I notice immediately is that it says left down key left. If the left key is, or if the left button is pressed down, then turtle equals turtle X dot or minus 3. The problem that I'm seeing is that I'm not telling what to change on the turtle. So if I turn it to turtle X, because again, left is in the X direction. X is always left, right. Y is always up, down. So if I just gonna add that dot X there, I'm gonna reset. I'm going to run. Hopefully it works. So up works, down works, right works, and now my left works. And everything seems to be working just fine. Yay! Awesome. Finish. So again, with that, always make sure that your code is correct. Very important to spell things, very important to make sure that you are calling up the right variable and the correct property of the variable that you're trying to change. All right, debugging turtle movement part 2. All right, cool. Let's see what's going on with the turtle now. Turtle seems to be having problems today. All right, so debug turtle movement part 2. What I expect to happen: the turtle moves with the arrow keys. What actually happens: the turtle almost always stays in the same spot and leaves after images. How do I reproduce the arrow? Press down the arrow keys. Okay. Run the program and play it with it until you see the bug. Use the clues to find and debug it. Awesome. Okay, so pretty much I just want this turtle to work. Let's see what's happening. All right, so there's my turtle. Hey, Mr. Turtle. You'll notice no matter how much I press the X or the Y, he doesn't really seem to go anywhere. And there seems to be a blur about him. All right, so I'm not sure what's going on here, but I am going to check my code. So I am looking at up, down, left, right. Everything looks to be okay. Can anybody point out what the problem is here? Does anybody can anybody see it? Where do I create my sprite? Where do I create the animation? Do I create it inside or outside of my draw loop? Does anybody know?
Inside.
So it's inside, but where should it be?
Inside if.
Well, no, the if is to create the conditional statements. That's to make the keys work. The question I have is, honestly, I can move him to the right a little bit. I
Or
can
the variable should be outside the function.
There it is. The variable should always be created outside of your draw. Oops, nope, right, nope. Did not. Oh, fudge. Bring that back. The whole thing. There we go. Your variable should always be created outside of the draw loop, because otherwise you're just recreating the same variable at 200, 200. That's why he wasn't moving. All right, but if I create it outside of the draw loop, we'll get a different result. So here's my turtle, and now, run. And now when I press the right key, he moves, left key, he moves up and down with no issues. And there's no blurring either. So that is really cool. So again, make sure you create your variable outside of the draw loop, then create your draw loop. The very first thing in your draw loop should always be the background. The last thing in your draw loop should always be draw sprites. And if you're using conditional statements, they belong inside of the draw loop as well. So that concludes bubble number 6. Excuse me. I will leave you bubble number 7 to do on your own. It tells you if you run this program, we get this little kind of robot looking thing, sprite. He's got a cape, I think. And what it's called a wing bot. It's a flyer. And we want to get him, we want to add 4 conditional statements that make the wing bot move in every direction. So one key is going to make him move up, down, left, and right. So you are going to have to create those conditional statements in your draw loop to make our little flyer wingbot fly. All right, so that concludes lesson 15. Again, you are welcome to do the bubble 8. You are not required because it is a challenge, but number 7 is required and it is for you to do on your own. If you have any questions or issues, as always, please ask. But now you have time to work, so please get on it. Thank you.